Welcome Venkat ji. It's a pleasure to reconnect with you. साथ में skilling पे काम करने के बाद में now I see that you are leading one of the largest manufacturing units in the country, Stanley. So today our idea of discussion is that can we inspire the youth? Can we inspire the Indian population? Can we inspire the people who want to get into this industry in the right manner? So the first question that usually people think about and talk about is it really a booming sector? Is it really a sunrise sector? And if so, what is the journey like? What has it been like in the last 10 years and where do we see it going in the next 10 years? So I would like to hear it from you, given your experience. What is this opportunity in the interior furniture industry right now?
First of all, thank you, Rahul, for giving me this opportunity to interact with you. And just a small correction, Stanley is the only retailer, manufacturing retailing as a complete solution in India. Just wanted to tell you that. Coming back to what you said, I was not from this industry at all. I was in other industries which are there for many, many years, and I moved into this industry about 6.5 years back. And I would say that I can go with my own decision why I came in. I could see that this is one industry which has a double-digit CAGR year over year, growing beautifully, multi-billion industry, and great opportunities with respect to people in India. So I wanted to get into this industry, and honestly speaking, once I've come into this industry, till the time I was a consumer, once I came in, I saw that this is an industry full of technology, full of skills which I didn't imagine. So I would say this industry is growing, all of us know it. Definitely it is going to grow further. It's also in the top 12 industries identified by the government of India. Like any other industry, I would say this is one industry people should aspire to be there. And you have multiple job opportunities for you to grow, whether you want to be an entrepreneur. Right industry, right time to get in. Let me put it that way.
So if we break it down, let's say for the learner's sake, for the student's sake, or for the parent's sake, for that matter, you have to break it down, the opportunity, and given your experience, because you come from both, an organized sector background. Last 7 years, I had also been into furniture manufacturing from a machining side of it. So you've interacted perhaps all the best companies across India, and now you're into retail, manufacturing and retail aspect of it. So if you were to say what are the occupations and job roles wherein the student can aspire to get into this sector, what would these be? If you were to name top 3 or 4 of them, where would you say that put in your efforts?
I would say there is opportunity across the value stream of the industry. If you start right from, say, designing, so there are opportunities to be a designer if you have those, because not everyone can become a designer. If you have those aptitude, you can be a designer. If you see from the front end, you can be in sales, you can be in marketing, you can be in business development. So in terms of front end, you have all these opportunities. In terms of innovation and artistic skills, if you are having, like, if I am in Stanley, one of the key things for us is in the showrooms, how do you do the visual merchandising? How do you create that, I would say, images and whatever the people are thinking? So that needs creativity. So you can become actually a visual merchandising expert. Okay. You can be a business development expert. You can be a sales expert, you can marketing expert. If you come from there in terms of manufacturing, you can work in any of the functions, whether it's pure manufacturing, quality, supplier quality, vendor development. It's like any other industry. It's just that every single value addition in the value stream is an opportunity for all the youngsters. So based on your aptitude, based on what you like and want to do, you can get into this industry. And this is an industry where you can start from the basics and you can become a CEO, managing director, and you can lead not only the Indian companies, you can lead the global companies.
So in terms of, so there is a opportunity across this value chain. In terms of, if we put this thing in terms of perspective of money, because that is one big evaluator when it comes to parents or your guardians, deciding, career opportunities. If you were to say that today somebody joins in any of these fields, you can take any 1 or 2 examples for that matter. What would be my kind of joining package could be, or 3 years down the line, what will I get? 5 years down the line, what I will get? So it gives them a confidence that yes, this is the most sustainable career option. in terms of, in money as well, in money terms as well. So what would be your thoughts on that aspect?
I would say at this moment, in terms of, let's break it up like this.
Yeah.
Let's go by MSMEs.
Yeah.
And if we compare with the MSMEs of other industries, the salaries which you get, I would say comparable. And when I say comparable is, you always have a range of salaries in each of the segments.
Yeah.
Probably at this moment, and I think it will go up, maybe it's not at the highest point, but it is reasonable in the good companies, in the MSMEs. You start getting into the established companies, and I can give names like, say, Godrej, Stanley, anyone, you will be paid at that levels. So I think it's not that you are not going to be getting a good compensation. More important is, initial stages of your career, you should be more focused on what you learn and how do you actually start adding value to the organization, and your growth is assured. I know some of the people in my earlier organization when I was meeting many customers in different parts of India, where people have started as a machine operator and they have become a supervisor, they have become the general managers. So I think there are two things we have to see. One is your skill set, second is your ambitions, and third is how do you stay focused on adding value and you can grow. So that's the way I look at it.
That's probably building the foundation, like you do in automobile also, that you spend time on the shop floor for a year or two, then you get into the levels. So it's similar like that. What is it? So one aspect which, again, coming from the experience that we share on the skilling side of it, I would like to ask you, and how we can as an industry solve it, because you were fundamental in starting our first center of excellence. What would be your message now to the, to the industry, that how can they help in bridging this gap, which is one that we see that largely the academia is still unaware about the opportunity in the interiors and furniture sector, and the infrastructure that is required for skilling in our sector is pretty high demanding. So how can we as an industry bridge this gap? And now again, from a manufacturing and retail perspective, from that side of it, because you've now seen both sides of it. So how do you see that, what can they do differently? What can they do to add value?
So I would say this, that there are two ways of looking at it. One is, it's a challenge currently in the furniture industry, we know it, because the demand is more than the supply. One is the industries sit and complain and say that there is a problem. The second is the industries come forward. I would say definitely that FFSC is doing a great job in terms of their willingness, in terms of their hard work, in terms of what they wish to do. Under your leadership, it's there. But only FFSC cannot do. It has to be a partnership with the industry. It has to be a partnership where even the local governments help to get the students. And I think the Hyderabad Center is one of the best examples where the association MFMA, I still remember the gentleman who was the head of the institute, who had so much passion, so much commitment. Rao Saab. He wanted it to be a success. MFMA was totally committed to it. FFSC could then make it happen. And I think I was just speaking to our Mr. Nair. He said already 200 students have come from there. So it's very clear that industry has to participate actively, not only in setting up a center where it's the capex related. I think industries should also come forward to actually help in the operating cost, OPEX, because finally the students will come back to the industry. As long as the supply and demand is not met, we will only have the question of poaching from one to another. And if we want that to be stopped, we need to ensure that industry comes forward. And something which I have seen and which we need to really ensure is the workplaces at the industries have to be good. If you recollect in FFSC also, I used to always say, I won't even say it's some perks we are giving to the employees. Even from the humanitarian ground, if we make the workplaces as comparable to the others, I'm not saying they should be air conditioned, make them hygienic, make them good, it will be a great success story for the industry. So industries have a lot to play in making this a successful model, working closely with FFSC, and if the local governments come and help, nothing like it. It will be the best model we can work.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Venkatji, for sharing your insights on the matter. And I'm sure this conversation, though it's a short one right now, will continue and we'll do a larger version or longer version of this particular podcast. And it will definitely benefit our industry and our learners. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahulji. And as I always tell you, I am there always with respect to, and skill development is something which is close to my heart. So in my capacity, wherever I am definitely there to work closely with FFSC.
I'm really
And
looking forward to that.
Good job done by you and your team. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Sure.